You did everything right. You created a will, maybe even a trust. You felt good about protecting your family's future. But what if I told you that your good planning might actually be putting your kids in danger? Stay with me because after 30 years as an estate planning attorney, I've seen too many families lose everything because they settled for basic planning instead of real protection. Before we begin, if you haven't already, make sure to click the like and subscribe button so you'll be notified when I post new videos like this one. If you have a question, post it in the comments below and I may answer it in an upcoming video. And if you stay until the end, I'll share some resources where you can discover more. Let me share Sarah's story. This client came to me heartbroken. Her brother had left $800,000 to his two adult children outright. Within 3 years, one child lost half his inheritance in a divorce. The other, she lost most of hers when her husband's business failed and creditors came after their personal assets. Chuck, Sarah said, tears in her eyes, I don't want my kids to go through what my nephews did. There has to be a better way. There is, but most attorneys won't tell you about it. So let's discuss 3 dangerous myths. Myth number 1 is that, well, my kids are smart, they'll be fine. I hear this all the time. Parents assume that their children will always make perfect decisions and nothing bad will ever happen to them. But intelligence doesn't protect against a spouse who turns out to be financially reckless, a business partner who makes costly mistakes, a random lawsuit from an accident, a medical emergency that creates crushing debt. Consider Tom, a successful business owner. He left $1.2 million to his 3 children using traditional staged distributions. Unfortunately, here's what happened. His daughter got her money at 25, right before marrying someone who turned out to be a financial disaster. His son received his inheritance at 30, just as his medical practice faced a malpractice lawsuit. His youngest, well, she got hers at 35, but her ex-husband's creditors were already circling. Within 10 years, 2/3 of Tom's wealth was gone, not because his children were irresponsible, but because life happened. Myth number 2 is that staged distributions solve the problem. Now, many attorneys recommend giving money in stages, half at 25, the rest at 30, they say. It teaches responsibility. Well, the problem? Those distribution dates create windows of vulnerability. It's like having a strong safe, but leaving the door open every few years. The moment your child receives that money outright, it becomes a target for divorce attorneys, creditors, poor financial decisions, and market crashes. Now let's discuss what smart families do instead. Now, the savviest families in America use a different approach. They never give money to their children outright. Instead, they use something called lifetime asset protection trusts. And here's the key difference. The trust owns the money, but your children can benefit from it when they need it. Think of it like this. Would you give your 25-year-old the keys to a $150,000 sports car, or would you let them drive it when they want while you keep it safely garaged? The Lifetime Asset Protection Trust is like keeping the car safely garaged. Your children get the benefits, but the assets stay protected. So let me tell you about the Johnson family. When their son went through a nasty divorce after 15 years of marriage, his ex-wife's attorney spent months trying to get at the family trust assets. In the end, she got nothing, zero. The family wealth stayed protected, and their son emerged financially intact to rebuild his life. And that's the power of proper planning. Now let's discuss the 3 biggest threats. Threat number 1 is divorce. When you leave money to your children outright, it often becomes marital property. In a divorce, your hard-earned wealth gets split with someone who may share none of your family values. Threat number 2 is lawsuits and creditors. Businesses fail, people get sued, medical emergencies create debt. In fact, I was just contacted by a client whose wife has been diagnosed with cancer, and he's concerned that she's going to lose her health insurance. We discussed bankruptcy as an option. When assets are properly protected in trust, it's difficult for creditors to touch them. The third threat is poor decisions. Even smart people make mistakes, especially when emotions or life stress cloud their judgment. Protected assets can't be lost to poor investment choices or get-rich-quick schemes. The best time to protect your family is before you need protection. Once a lawsuit is filed or divorce proceedings begin, it's often too late. And every day you wait is the day your family remains vulnerable. I think about all the families who came to me after disaster struck saying, I wish I had done this sooner. Don't let that be your family's story. So if you would like to discover more or to schedule a consultation to discuss your own planning, visit us at roulettelaw.com. If you would like to discover more, join us in my upcoming masterclass, where I'll be revealing strategies I use with my private clients to help them avoid probate, save on taxes, protect the money they leave for their kids in the event they get divorced, and much more. Click the link in the description below to sign up. Your family's financial security is too important to leave to chance. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the masterclass and an upcoming video. Be well.